Hey everyone, there's a lot of videos out there of people creating podcasts, and some of them are 5 or 7 years old. You know what? The tech moves fast. So I'm going to talk about the theory into how to create a podcast. Let's talk about the major steps. First, record your podcast. Second, upload that podcast somewhere in the web somewhere. Make sure you can link to that MP3. Next, create an RSS feed. Lastly, put that RSS into iTunes. Sign it up to iTunes. I'm not going to talk about recording because there's a lot of people that do that already. I am going to talk about these three, however. Let's start with uploading. There are many websites that let you do it. These are just a few of them. I'm going to quickly go through the pros and cons. Dropbox for free, but they have bandwidth limits. As in, if you got 1,000 subscribers, they don't like that. They might throttle you. Next, archive.org. It's for free, but you have to do a Creative Commons license in your podcast. But you do have a lot of bandwidth. Next, Libsyn and Blueberry. You got lots of bandwidth. You have advertising opportunities in the future, but they cost money. And lastly, SoundCloud. They have a beta running right now. If you can get into that, I would highly suggest it. I'm trying to get in. I haven't gotten in yet. What do you do with all your uploaded audio or video files? Well, you have to create an RSS feed. Blogger, Tumblr, WordPress, or anything else that spits out an RSS. That's what you need. Now, Blogger works a little bit differently where you have to enable linking. Just search it in Google. Blogger, podcasting, how to. You'll find a way to enable this. Next, for Tumblr, WordPress, and anything else that spits it out, generally, you have to create a link to your MP3 URL. So if it's in your Dropbox file, you have to go to your public folder and you have to find the exact link to get to that one specific audio file and put that link, hyperlink it, in the body of your blog. Lastly, actually not lastly, between iTunes and RSS is FeedBurner. If you guys don't know what FeedBurner does, Google it. What does FeedBurner do for you? It gives you basic statistics, which is good if you want to, advertise, because you can say, hey, I have 1,000 subscribers, which is a lot, by the way. And it will let you move from one blogging platform into another. That is useful if, let's say, you don't like Blogger anymore and you want to move to WordPress. That's what FeedBurner is for. And lastly, bring your podcast into iTunes. But before you do that, check to make sure your feed works. Go to iTunes, hit the subscribe to RSS feed button somewhere in the menus, and then punch in your FeedBurner feed in there and make sure you can download it, because if you can't download your podcast, iTunes will reject you. And lastly, submit it to iTunes. So you go to the iTunes store section, you go to the podcast section, and you hit the submit button. That's it. Done. That is how you create a podcast. Now, I would have loved to seen this exact same thing, a couple of weeks ago when I started making a podcast. And if you guys still need a kind of a detailed step-by-step, I am thinking of making that, but you guys have to ask for it. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.